What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Caught, presented by Catfish. Today we're going to be looking at one of the most devastating caught cases we've covered yet. It's about a former intelligence officer named Debbie who was scammed out of $1 million and uncovered the truth about who she was really talking to on the other side of the computer screen. Let's get into it. Debbie was looking for a companion and a friend after her husband unfortunately passed. She turned to an online dating site and met a man named Eric online. Debbie said that he was kind, articulate, successful, and a businessman. She printed every conversation out she had with Eric and put it into a scrapbook, cataloging their memories together. He was really a man that she connected with.
When he first wrote to me, it was interesting. The one thing I remember is at the end of his email, he said, "You can call me Eric Cole." And I thought, that's kind of an odd way to say my name is. So I called him on it. I said, "What did you mean by that?" And I said, "It sounded funny." He said, "Oh, it's Franco-lingua, it's the way the Brits speak." And I kind of rationalized that maybe he did say that because that's the way he does speak.
Eric said that he was from London, and Debbie finally planned to meet him for the holidays. She booked a hotel, but Eric couldn't come because he didn't have enough money for a plane ticket. He always had a plausible answer for any question that Debbie had asked him. The first time Eric asked for money, it was started small, $60 just to help a friend out. Debbie wanted to show her love for him, so she sent over the money.
He was always going to pay me back as soon as his job, and because I have a company and I understand that sometimes you don't get paid until after the job's done,
Right.
I got that. And so when all of his expenses were coming up over there and he couldn't pay them because he hadn't been paid yet, I got it. I was helping him.
After texting back and forth with Eric for months, Debbie started to feel like Eric was family. She sold jewelry, investments, property, and borrowed money from other family members to help out her new online friend.
There was always that, when I get there, Deb, I'll pay you back, we'll have the money in the bank.
They had been talking for about 2 years, and Debbie had sent so much money she had lost count. Eventually, she started to add up everything she sent over to Eric, and it totaled out to $1 million.
Came online one morning and said, Deb, he was writing to me, said, "Deb, how do you feel about forgiveness?" And so for an hour or two, I put on my spiritual hat, my scriptural hat, and I talked about forgiveness. And I said, "Eric, is something wrong? Have I done something wrong that you need forgiveness?" And he goes, "I have something to tell you that's going to hurt you. I just needed to know that you could forgive me before I do this." He said, "I have a confession to make that this has all been a scam." And I said, "What do you mean it's been a scam?" He goes, "This has all been a lie." And at that point, I'm thinking, no, you're lying to me now. I said, "You're going to have to prove to me that this is a lie." And this little screen on the bottom of my computer comes up, and I'm looking at a brown-haired, brown-eyed, brown-skinned young man with a huge smile on his face.
The scammer not only revealed his true identity, but he was trying to convince her that he had fallen in love with her. As it turns out, Eric wasn't actually from London. He was a man named Joseph from Nigeria. Debbie felt that Joseph the scammer had some kind of spiritual awakening and his conscience finally kicked in. Debbie sought out the FBI to help her get the money back, but they couldn't do anything unless they could get him to come to the United States. She said it was out of her character to send money to someone she didn't know, and she prided herself on being somebody who doesn't send money to people online. $150 million was lost last year to this type of scam. I'll put a link in the description down below if you want to protect yourself from these types of situations. Thanks for watching, and let us know in the comment section down below if you think the FBI should be doing more to aid victims of these types of crimes. For more in-depth details on this case, please feel free to check out our blog, linked in the description down below. For teasers on new episodes, be sure to follow us on our other social media pages. Hit that notification bell and subscribe button to be notified when the next episode of Caught, presented by Catfish, goes live.